The most dangerous thing about this Orlando Pirates team is that even when the attention is not on to them, the attention is during the curve match day. Kaiser Chiefs is playing a decisive match. Orlando Pirates is playing the league match. Mamelodi Sundowns are playing the curve decisive match. But they still go on with their business. Their supporters are there. Amstel Arena is packed, and they still deliver once again. Because it could have been worse. Marumo Gallants should have and could have conceded at least 6 goals in this match. Coach Uadu was very vocal during his post-match conference that he wants this team to be very, very clinical because there were a lot of opportunities that this team could have scored. But yeah, they take a 3-0 without even without even putting in a hustle. For Orlando Pirates, this match was not a hustle. I would say the result were not. They didn't grind for those results. They worked. Yes, they worked hard, and the team was clinical. Coach Wadu strategy and his tactics, his game approach has been very, very good this season. But in this match, they showed dominance. They showed that they wanna dominate this season, and they are on a cruise control. I mean, number one in the league. They've opened a gap against Mamelodi Sundowns, which is about 6 points. Is it 6 points or 7 points? And they play Sundowns on a Wednesday. A draw or a win against Sundowns could cement their top position at the very top. And it will be difficult for Mamelodi Sundowns if Pirates could get a positive result against them on Wednesday. It's gonna be a very, very difficult match. But for this match, we see Mofokeng, who's whose form is gearing up for his peak. In my last previous video, I've made it clear that Mofokeng is peaking at the right time, because currently the games are coming thick and fast. The game are coming thick and fast. We are getting closer and closer to the World Cup. The league will soon be closing, and Mofokeng is at like wanna contend himself as number one for Hugo Bros. You already know, like a player like Ronan Williams, Tebogo Mokoena, they are going to the World Cup. But Mofokeng is raising his hand and reminding Hugo Bros that I'm your man. When you go to the World Cup, I'm one of your first people that you should not overlook. And yeah, I mean, this Orlando Pirates is very dangerous because in previous seasons we saw Orlando Pirates playing matches like this, and they ended up losing matches like this. We saw Orlando Pirates playing matches like this. They play a draw in matches like this where they should open a gap at the top and they drop points. But this season has been different for Orlando Pirates, and this season seems like Coach Wadu has really studied what Orlando Pirates has been doing in previous season, dropping points unnecessary. But you see a young player, a young striker like Mbutuma, who, if he continues like this, I'm telling you, he's also one of the strikers or the forwards that will be going to the World Cup with Hugo Bros. But yeah, man, this Orlando Pirates is very, very good. Like, it is very, very good. What I wish for Pirates to do is to sign a good second goalkeeper. Because Buthelezi, we sort of like saw against TTM when they play in that bank that Buthelezi is a very, very crusty second goalkeeper. But the role of a second goalkeeper is to support the number one goalkeeper. But that support should come at the I wanna say at the expense of being good. You should like be good as a second goalkeeper. You see Riyad Petiese and Mamelodi Sundowns. Every time he's been thrown into the dugout, he shows up. So I think for Coach Wadu is to get a good second goalkeeper. And we have a challenge in South Africa for when it comes to good young goalkeepers. We are on the end, and it's something that we as supporters, we as analysts, we as football fanatics, we don't talk much about that. Teams need a second goalkeepers, and we don't talk about the fact that we are on a decline when it comes to young goalkeepers. There's a lot and lot of goalkeepers, but they are not that great. Sipo Chaina is there. Ronan Williams is there. Riyad Biteze is there. But there's a lot of goalkeepers like your Kaiser Chiefs goalkeeper who can fill that role, but are they good enough to challenge Ronan Williams and Sipo Chain? I don't think so. But yeah, coming into this game, Marumo Gallants were sort of lost. I think the first 10 minutes they sort of like were trying to see or feel out Orlando Pirates, which they also did get opportunities to can challenge Perez. I remember Utladiso got one on one with Sipo Chain. Sipo Chain got a touch and the ball hit the post and it came into the pitch. They couldn't score. That was the only opportunity that Marumo Gallants, I could say it was a clear opportunity for them to can score against Orlando Pirates. But they were bound to lead. They were bound to lead this match because of how Pirates were challenging them. Marumo Gallants found themselves with their back against the wall every minute, every second. And shout out to Tito Maswangai. It is not easy. It is not easy coming from a season where you were the main character and now you should play a supporting role. And he he's sort of like he is comfortable now on the ball. He's so comfortable now at that position of being a supporting player. But what I wish Coach Wadu could do is constantly play Apolis, who's I think he's number one contender for the player of the season. To keep on playing him full matches without substituting him. But I get it. He substituted him because of he knew that he has a game on Wednesday, a very, very important game against a very, very brutal team that you can think the team is weak until you have to play it. Mamelodi Sundowns is weak from a distance, but when you play it, that's where you realize that this team is very, very, very difficult. So I understand that he was saving most of the players for a Wednesday match, but my wish is for him to keep on playing uh, Oswena full time. Like he should be his main man. But you see a player like Namtam Jela, who also when he's throwing, he shows that he wanna cement his position also in this team of Orlando Pirates. But oh man, this Pirates is very, very dangerous so far. So far so good for Orlando Pirates. And they are on their way to can leave this league. You know, they are on their way to can leave this league match. And should they beat should they beat Mamelodi Sundowns on Wednesday? I am telling you, it will be very, very difficult to catch this Orlando Pirates in the league. I am telling you, should they beat Mamelodi Sundowns, they are 99%. They are hence 99% of the time to can win the league title. Shout out to Coach Wadu for perfecting this Orlando Pirates and hard luck to Marumo Gallants meeting Orlando Pirates at their very best. Hard luck to Marumo Gallants meeting Orlando Pirates at its very peak. Mofokeng at its very peak. The defense is so good. Dino van Ryan has came back into the team after a long injury and he has settled well. Tito Maswangai, like I said, in his supporting role, he has settled well. Sipambule now is sort of Coach Wadu tried to make him his super sub. He's also playing it well. Mofokeng at his number 10 role currently. Oh man, man. I don't know which water or what food Mofokeng has tasted, but it works for him. 3 matches, 3 goals, 3 men of the matches. The boy, he is at his dangerous era. Ah, but yeah, man, this was an amazing match for Orlando Pirates as a collective, as a team, and I love the fact that Mbutume settled well, and it is gonna be difficult for a player like Evidence Malhopa to sort of like take out Mbutuma from that position because of he is the striker. Mbutuma and Makopa, they are a go-to strikers for Coach Wadu. So it will be difficult for Makopa to substitute him or take that role of Mbutuma because so far so good. The boy is good and he's a ball player also. He can also play with the team the same way as Oswena Police, the same way as Relebohile, the same way as Masongai. These are the players who enjoy the ball. And what I like about this Orlando Pirates is them having that hunger to play as a collective and avoid that individual brilliance, which comes naturally when the whole team plays as a team. You see Mofokeng's character being tested time and time and again, taking great decisions. Oh boy, that last goal by Mofokeng, man, what a goal! But yeah, Orlando Pirates 3, Marumo Gallants 0. Orlando Pirates are still the first in the log. Yeah, tell me what you think, guys. This was my views.